Hey everybody, Tough said it was time for a garden video. So here we go. Here's our garden this year. It's Sunday, June 5th. It's actually Tough's birthday today. So we are working in the garden and getting some things done, so I'll show you. We don't have our big garden planted yet, but we have the raised beds all planted. So these are all tomatoes here. 2 raised beds of tomatoes with 8 tomatoes in each one. That's plenty of tomatoes. And we have daikon radishes. We had to pull a bunch that bolted. And then green beans. This one is snow peas, which are doing really well. Really, everything's doing good. So snow peas are getting quite tall. Flowers are really pretty. Once you have a couple flowers, it's not going to be long before you have peas, snow peas. So they are really cool. Snow peas. So then we have kohlrabi. That's what the kohlrabi grows its bulb over the ground, on top of the ground. So when that gets about 3 or 4 inches, we'll pick it. We've got candy onions, onion plants, so these are going to get big. Dill, there's a mum. And we have a bed of cabbage with some marigolds in it. So I read that they were good companion plants, we'll see. But they all seem to be doing well. Cabbage and marigolds. And then at the end we have some buckwheat, which is just kind of an experimental thing. I saw it in a magazine and I thought it was really pretty, so we'll harvest the seeds from that this fall. And then these are all of our peppers, lots of different kinds of peppers. I think there's 41 pepper plants in here. Lots of different kinds. So that's our raised beds. We are watering the blueberries because there's a lot of berries on and they need a lot of water, if you remember from last year. 3 to 4 inches a week when they're making berries. But there's our greenhouse. We do have a couple of tomato plants out here that Bud gave us. This one's got some really nice cherry tomatoes. It's called a Red Robin that he started for us in his greenhouse a long time ago. And this large tomato plant, I think it's a Super Sweet 100. It's got a lot of tomatoes on it. He also started that in his greenhouse. And then we've got a few other ones down here, but we were gone for over a week, so it got really hot and dry. So our asparagus has ferned. We'll walk over there. We still might be able to pick some if I see any coming up that's not too big. So while we were gone, if it doesn't get picked just about every day, then it goes to fern, and that's okay. It'll just make roots for next year. But I do see a few in here I might be able to pick if they're not tough. I'll try them out. But we have that other big patch under that huge catalpa tree. That's all asparagus. Our grapes are doing well. So this is going to be our huge garden, and this will be mainly pumpkins and squash type plants. Then our asparagus, and we have a lot of apple trees. So our apple trees have a lot of apples on this year. Tough was out thinning them a little bit. So we have a lot of apple trees. Apples on our apple trees. But we do have, I think we have 6 apple trees. And then here are the blueberry plants. We're watering 1/2 of it now. because it's really dry, and then we'll water the other half with the sprinkler until we get our irrigation sprinkler primed, which we're going to do in a little bit, but we had to get some water down. So here's the berries. We've already got a lot of berries. So it looks like it's going to be another good crop of blueberries. I'm going to have to start using up what we have in the freezer before we start picking more. And I actually might sell some this year. This is we have 2 Honeycrisp apple trees, and this is the first year that we've had apples on our Honeycrisp apple trees. We're really excited. So, a lot of them too. So we'll see what happens. We had a ton of flowers, and now we have a lot of apples. So we're really super excited about that. That's pretty much it. So this is our backyard. This is where we spend most of our time. We have our lonely little chicken named Cosmo, that I call Honey, out here. Then our blueberries, our apples, asparagus, more asparagus, our greenhouse, our big garden, our raised garden beds, and our grapes over there. And another apple tree way over there. That is a Granny Smith, but I want to show you. So we moved our Martin house in the middle of the garden, but we've got it blocked right now. We need to open it back up, but we blocked the openings while we were gone so the sparrows didn't take over. But we do have another nesting box full of bluebird eggs. I'll show you. They'll probably start dive bombing me in a minute. So we have, how many eggs? We have 4 eggs. This is our second, get closer here. This is our second nest full of bluebird eggs. And this bluebird box I bought from a man that builds bluebird mealworm feeders. So it's a special design, and then he has a PVC pipe around the upright so that a raccoon can't climb up there, and then the opening is wider so that the bluebird can escape if a sparrow goes in there, because the sparrows will try to kill them because they get in there and they just kill them and they can't get out, but this way they have an escape route. Anyway, so there's our gardens, our birds, and the fields beyond us. That is north of us. The next road is Wayne Street, and then US 12, and then that's it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick tour, let you know what was going on in our garden, and that's what we'll be doing this summer, gardening, mowing, but it's fun. Okay, see ya.